Hey gang, what do you say? What do you know? This is the keeper coming at you. Well, this is a quick update. I got a lot of work done today. I dissected my rack. I pulled out the Mackie board. I got the DigiTech mounted. I got a bunch of wiring done, and I'm going to show you guys what I got done today. These are some cool things you might want to take note of, because if you are a freak like me and you got a lot of shit, a lot of crap, a lot of keyboards, I should say. My wife always gets on me. Why do you call everything crap? Well, that's my word for, lots of stuff. Um, some really cool things. Also, I do a lot of work with LED lights and stuff like that. If you guys like would like to see some videos like on those, or making like, you have to know how to solder. And if you guys, I put a couple videos out on, using a soldering gun. But if you like to see more of that, let me know. Because I make a lot of things. Also, I want to bring out a quick comment. For the Leslie, how I have the fast, slow, and brake, I make those switching systems. So if you're interested in installing a switching system in your Leslie like that, it's all digital, and they're not that much money. Let me know, because I make them and I sell a lot of those. All right, and I even make the half moon switches too. So if you like a half moon switch, my switching systems are with foot switches. I like foot switches. That way, you never have to take your hands off the keyboard to turn a Leslie from fast to slow or off or whatever. But mine's done with foot switches. But I can make you the half moons. I'm sold out on those, so I'm gonna have to make a new batch. Also, a bunch of other things I do. I make wooden sides. So if you have a keyboard and you like to put some wooden sides on it, I make that. All you got to do is trace the side of your keyboard onto a piece of cardstock or thick cardboard. Not thick, but like cardstock, and trace the side, and I can make you a nice wooden side, nice and glossy and stained and everything. Really cool. So I think that's about everything. Also, the L pads. The old pads and custom stuff like that, you'd have to watch some previous videos on that to see what I'm talking about. Pedal boards and all that stuff. I do all that. But I'm going to show you what I got done today. Let's take a look. Put some light on here. And what are you doing, Rocky? You freaking out. Okay. The DigiTech is mounted. And okay, as you can see, the DigiTech is now mounted. Okay, and the way I want to do this is I have an output which is right here. You see where the phantom is, and that is a XLR out. And what I did is they're wide. It's so there's a left and right wide into a single, because I don't really need to do that stereo. I mean, that would eat up too many channels on my mixer. All right, so the Digitech is mounted. Down here, I have a foot switch. You see the foot switch down there, and that one right there. Yeah. It's a sustained pedal. Then there's a little button next to it that turns the Digitech on and on. All right. So if you want harmonies, you tap the switch to the right of the sustain pedal, and basically what that does, it makes this light go yellow. And if you don't want harmonies, you hit the switch, then this light goes out. All right. So this is the Digitech, and then what I would do is I would plug my studio mic into here. All right. And what I was thinking about, now, if you look here, this is the output for the DBX, the 286A. All right, this is the output. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a cable, a little tiny cable. We'll have an XLR going out from here to here. And then I'm just going to probably just, where's the thing on this? All right. And I'll either leave this cable here or leave it the way this is. My plan is to come out of the DigiTech. Okay, you plug your studio mic into the DigiTech, all right? And the DigiTech's going to trigger off the Triton. So that it's immediate into the Triton. So coming out of the Triton into the DigiTech, and it's going to, the MIDI is going to control the harmonies, okay? Then the studio mic will plug into here. Then if I do an XLR jumper from here to here, then what that will do, that will come out of the DigiTech. The audio signal will come out and go into the 286A, all right, which is a microphone preamp processor. Guys, you should hear the difference when you put your studio mic through this thing. It even has a button for 48 volt. So if you need 48 volt power, you can kick that on. Has a gain drive. What's that say? I can't read that. Intensify. Has a de-esser and has an enhancer built into it, an expander gate right here, and a master output. Really cool. And how I found out about this, I'm also an air conditioning heating technician, all right? And I was on the service call, and it turned out that the guy's house I was working at, he happened to be a studio engineer for KDKA TV, Channel 2 in Pittsburgh. It's a TV station, all right? And he's an audio engineer. And then we were talking about audio, and I told him I was just putting a home studio in. And he came down and looked at some stuff I had, and he wrote down on a piece of paper, you need to buy one of these or a couple of these for your vocal mics. And I did, and I'm glad. And you know what? They're not that expensive. I think when I bought this, I got it for like $179. I still have the box for it, matter of fact. I like to hang on to stuff. Okay, then also I got this all mapped out. This control panel here. All right, so everything, because I got my main mixer, all right? I got the, it's a 30-channel Behringer, which is up here, all right? And so that's a 30-channel Behringer there, out here. I'll do it this way. All right. Most of my stuff are plugged in to this mixer, all right? So keyboards and a bunch of stuff here are going into this mixer. All right, then the keyboard's on this side of the room. All right, so you got all this stuff here. All right, you got the Prophet 8, or the Behringer Pro 800. I call it the Prophet 8. The Gaia and the 8. Well, that's a controller for the Prophet 8. VRO9B. All right, Juno G, Anumi. 2X, Compact 2X, and the Hammond. All right, but Hammond's going through the Leslie. But all these keyboards here, all right, they're coming up and going into this mixer. All right, and the mixer goes in here, then this goes here, this goes all the way across the ceiling and into this mixer controlled by this slider. So that way I can put, now these are stereo, I could put those keyboards in anything that goes through this mixer. Okay, goes directly to the Tascam, which is my 24-track recorder. All right, so anything that's in here will automatically go to the Tascam. Got me on that? Also, there's 3 keyboards here. All right, 2 Chromes and a Sonic MR76, which down here you'll see is another mixer. All right, and I come out of this mixer, I go into 2 10-inch powered monitors, and also I come out of control room I come out of control room outputs, and I go into this. And that way I could put these keyboards into this board, which will put them into the Tascam. All right, so I got all that going on. I hope that made sense to you guys. And then what I did was I created with this yellow, I don't know whether, yeah, with this yellow patch bay, these are outputs coming out of the mixer. All right, and then here these are audio outputs that go to the camera. So when I'm doing videos, I can send audio because my camera, it's a Zoom Q8. It's a 4-track camera. So when I used, sometimes I'll do recordings where I use channels 1 and 2 or the left and right mics on top of the camera. And then channels 3 and 4 are audio that I take directly out of the board. All right. So these are the outputs to the camera. All right. But also, everything goes into this, okay, from the mixer. Then I come down here, the output from the mixer, and I go into this master bus. All right. And it's right here where the near field monitors are hooked in. And also over here, I have left and right inputs directly into the Triton. So now, like, say if I wanted to sample, say if I got a keyboard going through anything going through the mixer, the big mixer, all I got to do, and I want to sample it, I plug these 2 cables in, and I go left and right. All right. So everything that's coming out of that mixer, I could sample now into the Triton. All right. Now over here, I have 4-channel inputs right here, left and right, left and right. These are channels 11 and 12 on the Behringer. So if I want to put somebody, say if I have a guitar player and he has a model, an amp modeler module or something, and he, when it goes directly through the mixer, instead of going all the way up to the top and reaching and putting the cable over top of the mixer and all that, then you have all the cables laying everywhere. I can plug left and right here. All right. So I got 4 inputs, 2 for the left and 2 for the right. So anytime somebody wants to plug into the mixer, they can plug in right here. All right. So I got that going. Then up here, these are studio headphones out. All right. And so then this cable here, if you look at this one goes all the way over by the drums, and there's 2 headphone jacks there over by the drums. All right. And so we can put headphones in there. And basically, these headphones here are the Tascam output, because the Tascam 2488 Neo has its own headphone amplifier system. All right. And it's pretty loud. And so all my headphone outputs are here. All right. So that's pretty much what I got done today. And let me take this camera back up and kill this bright light. Also, what I got is, if you look, I don't know whether the camera's going to show that, but if you look up on the ceiling, there's 4 spots that are up there. All right. And these little spots are very bright, and I could turn them and focus them on anything I want. All right, so it's pretty cool. And then I think once I get the new cameras and everything else, it should be pretty cool. I got the Mackie board is now out of the other amp rack, and this Yamaha board here will go into my new keyboard rig. All right, so this will go into that little rack, and hardly weighs anything. Where this one's pretty heavy. There's a lot of weight to this mixer. It's kind of big actually, and I guess maybe an average size. But there's a 61 keyboard. That's a VR09, and you can tell how deep it is just by looking at the keyboard. It's over. It takes up almost half the keyboard, so it's pretty big. So, and that's what I got done today. And I think all that's left. For me is the solve the grounding problem on the B3. I got the other problem solved. And all that's left is pull the B3 out, oil it, and solve the grounding problem, and change the tubes. And while you have it pulled out, you might as well change the tubes. So I'll do that when I have money to buy the tubes. I'm gonna need about $80, $75, $80. for the tubes. So, but right now, it looks like I'm pretty ready to create. So this is my update, guys. I've been reading your comments. Thank you so much, man. This is really cool. And I'd be getting on my buddy Frank. I'm gonna go over and kick his ass if he don't come over pretty soon, because he knows so much on the synthesizers. He grew up playing the Mini Moog, and he's gonna bring up a Poly D and a Model D, and he's gonna teach us a lot. I just got to get his ass up here. So I'm gonna bribe him with homemade pizza and stuff, because he loves my wife's pizza and homemade macaroni salad. So Carol ain't gonna like that, but I got to put her to work. So that's, and I promised her I won't. If she does that for me, I'll give her 1 week of non-torture. So that's a pretty good deal. Love you guys. God bless and rock on.